Hey there, welcome to your reading. I hope you all are doing very well. Thank you for joining me. Today's reading is the person on your mind. What do you need to know about them? There's 4 groups for you to choose from. We have blue calcite for the first group. The second group is the citrine crystal. Group 3 is the Herkimer diamond. And the fourth group is the pink tourmaline crystal. Okay, so group 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you do want to pause the video so you can take some time to choose, feel free, but I shall see you all in your readings. Hi, welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the first group, the blue calcite, then this reading is for you, the person on your mind. What do you need to know about them? So this could be for platonic connections, romantic connections, whatever. But if romantic messages do come out, feel free to just disregard those if you're not asking about that type of connection. All right, so we have the Temperance in reverse, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. What do you need to know about them? All right, so what you need to know about them is that they are in a unhappy relationship. If you are not in this person's life anymore, or you've never been with this person like that before, then they are unhappy without you, or they're thinking that they will be happier with you in their life. But this does feel short term, it feels like it's built on, like impulse, on desire, and nothing concrete at this moment. But they do think having you in their life would be better for them or make them happier, even if it is for a short time. But I have to say, if any of you are currently in a relationship with this person, then they're not necessarily unhappy being in a relationship with you, but they could be bored. I mean, with the Temperance in reverse, if there has been tension, it feels like they could just want a restart in your relationship instead of, kind of being in this bored or apathetic kind of energy with each other, right? But please only take that if you are currently with this person. If you're currently in like a actual relationship with this person as well. But again, if you aren't in contact with them, then they are planning on reaching out to you. But be careful on accepting this person back into your life. They could, mess with your happiness. They can mess with your stability, your contentment that you could be feeling right now, or that you could be, trying to manifest and work your way towards. They could create delays or put a stop to that, okay, if you allow this person back into your life. And it feels like they don't necessarily have intentions of putting you back, like putting you in a negative space or a bad energy. But it feels like they will, it feels like they want to cheat, or they want to turn their back on someone they are currently with, but they don't plan on leaving this person. For a lot of you, this person only sees you in a physical way, and it feels like this person will create an imbalance in your life. Another thing you need to know about them is that they are full of drama. Like, they could just attract drama whether they mean it or not. For some of you, they could actually really like drama, and they will bring that into your life because they are unhappy in their life. They are unhappy within themselves, and it feels like they are aware of it, but they aren't really doing anything to change that right now. It feels like this person does have a lot of desire for you. They do care about you, and your feelings, but it's not grounded, it's chaotic. So even though I care about you, I could create potential hurdles for you. But it's like, I don't know, let me see. It's like they could think that you want the same thing as them, but maybe like ultimately they will put themselves first, you know? And it feels like this person could be experiencing a lot of negativity in their life, which could hurt you in the process. So if you do want this person in your life, you're definitely being advised to let this person work through that stuff first, whatever conflicts or, tension, frustrations, um, you know, unhappiness that they could be feeling right now. They need to work through that before they can work their way back into your life, if you even want this person in your life, okay? So yeah. So yeah, just be cautious before you decide to create a space for them in your life. So it feels like this person, they will approach you impulsively. Your guides, your higher powers, they want you to know this so that when they do approach you, it doesn't throw you off, and so that you are prepared to be grounded and respond in a level-headed way. So they definitely want you to know that this person will contact you so that you can respond in the best way, in the healthiest way for you, especially, in regards to how this may impact you in the long run or even in the short term. So even though it feels like in this person's mind, they feel like they care about you, right? They feel like they like you, they want you, but it feels like they're not really considering the repercussions, or they don't really care about the repercussions. So it's like I'm only following my desires without really thinking how this may impact you, how it may impact, other people that could be involved in this situation as well. And it also feels like there is someone or a group of people who will be really hostile towards you because of this person. And it feels like some of you could potentially be goaded into a conflict if they were to be in your life, and your relationship to them could potentially alienate you from people or a certain person that you love. So yeah, what you need to know is that they will try to approach you. They want you to invest in them. They want you to invest your time, your money, your energy. They will try to initiate this relationship with you. But it feels like they're not really considering you as a person, if that makes sense. It's like they're not really seeing you as valuable. They're kind of just seeing you as someone they desire and someone that they can use. So they could see you as valuable, but it just feels like that it's not important. It's like even though I see you as valuable, I don't really care about the repercussions that could happen, if I was to do this or to do that. I hope that makes sense anyway. But it's because like this person, they think you're so grounded, and it feels like they want to approach you for this reason. Maybe because you have your shit together, because you're content, because you're happy, because you're stable, and they want you in their life for that reason, or they want to approach you for that reason. And another thing you need to know about them is that they will be opportunistic with you. if they see an opportunity, they will take it. Like if they see a crack in your door, they will kick it open, you know? So it feels like they're going to be really impulsive in regards to you, and someone just wants you to know so that you can be cautious and aware when this person does return or, reach out to you, whatever it may be. But yeah, it feels like they do want to plant a seed with you. They could also see you as a financial opportunity. And, they may also try to draw you in with gifts or other acts of generosity. So, be cautious of that as well. So we also have embraced the fact that you are the world. So another thing you need to know about them is that they do want for you to embrace them. They do want for you to feel a deep connection to them, but that was clarified by the devil. So it's like they could want you to be connected to them, but in an unhealthy way, maybe in a codependent way, maybe like some form of, infatuation as well. Like they want you to feel that way about them. And this could be so that you will be more like susceptible. I think that's the right word. But yeah. So we also have clearing negativity, release negativity from within or around you. It feels like this person that you're asking about isn't really willing to do the work in terms of clearing whatever negativity they have, that they're dealing with, whether that be within themselves or whether it be in, the people around them, their circumstances. It feels like they're not really either wanting to or, just making the effort to remove these energies from their life. We also have beyond the ego. And I don't know what context this could be in for you, for the person you're asking about, but it feels like this person does not care about the consequences, and it feels like they could be like going with the flow, but it's in like an impulsive way, like in a way where what happens to you or the consequences like don't really matter. It's like they're not really considering that. So we also have practice makes perfect. So another thing you need to know is that this person may come towards you kind of with the energy of like they have worked on themselves or like they're in a good space, but it could be a bit of a front. 1 second. It's like because they see you as stable, because they see you as balanced, it's almost like, okay, I can't approach this person um maybe being my old self or being chaotic or aggressive. So it's almost like they have recognized that they need to approach you in a way where they think, like in their perspective, okay, I'm coming across as perfect, or I'm coming across as what they think you want or what they think you're looking for. Okay, so this is a simpler way. They just kind of want you to see them in a good light, even if that's not really how they're feeling inside or, in regards to their circumstances as well. But they do want you to see them as in a good place, basically. So we have balls deep. I mean, depending on who you're asking about, they do have a lot of physical desires for you, towards you. We also have, fuck me now. 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 We also have, fuck So for some of you, this person could only be thinking of you in a sexual way right now as well. We also have I loved you too much. So the thing you need to know about them is that even though they do care about you a lot, it feels like they aren't willing to make the right choices right now, you know? Or the choices that they are making are based on like the wrong things or just certain things that wouldn't be good for you or healthy for you, you know? So we also have you need to let this go. Okay, so this was clarified by the Three of Swords. For some of you, they could already feel as though you have let them go, but it feels like they still want to like try, you know, and see what opportunity they do have with you, even though they could feel like you've already moved on, or let them go, you know. Do you have more from that? And finally, we have bitter. So please only take this if it resonates, but for some of you, this person feels bitter about the responsibilities they have, and they could want you to feel responsible for that. So that's another thing you may need to be cautious of, all right? But that is all I have for this group. I do hope it can make sense and be helpful. I'm wishing you the best, all right? Take care. Hi, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the second group, the citrine crystal, then this reading is for you. The person on your mind, what do you need to know about them? So we have Five of Swords upright and the Ten of Swords. So this could be for platonic romantic connections, but if romantic messages do come out, just disregard if you're asking about a platonic connection. Okay, so the person on your mind, what do you need to know about them? So it feels like this person is going through a hard time, or they're having a hard time ending something in their life. It could just be a difficult phase, it could be certain challenges. They also have some type of problem with you because they think you are being selfish or controlling, that you are all about yourself and what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled, or you aren't or weren't showing them any interest or concern or as much as they would have liked you to, you know. And for whatever reason, they think you are or can be aggressive or violent, or they think that you will be, you know, for whatever reason, they think that you will lash out uh, towards them. Why would they? I mean, if there is a situation involving either their family or your family, they could think that you will lash out for this reason. Maybe if someone was to say the wrong thing, they could think you would lash out for that reason. Or if they said the wrong thing about your family, perhaps. But anyways, so they believe you are walking away from them and that your connection to them isn't something that they can, you know, give a lot of energy to or think about right now or deal with. You know, they are more so feeling really defeated. They are giving up on you or giving up on something in particular. Say for example, you guys were having trouble coming to a compromise, or you know there's an argument or whatever you guys are experiencing, and they could be giving up on that particular situation, you know, Um, yeah, they could be giving up on trying to make something happen with you or between you both. Yeah, so they're giving up on trying to fight for something. It feels like you need to know that they are either going to pull back communication with you, or maybe they already have, and maybe they don't really have intentions right now of changing that. They don't want to be involved or around drama and conflict, and they could think that you are, hmm, they either think that you are full of it, or they think that you will, like, if you both were to be around each other or you were to discuss something, then that would cause a conflict or would cause drama, and they don't want that to happen. But yeah, they feel isolated right now. And it feels like they want to keep it that way. You know, what you need to know about them is that they are trying to change their life for the better, especially themselves, their mentality. They notice and feel like they have to work on themselves, and whatever you decide to do with yourself during this time is on you. And it's like they don't really like think about it, you know, it's not really a concern for them. For some of you here, they do feel like you lie to them about your feelings, about either your happiness or about your family. What you need to know about them is that whenever they speak to you, it puts them in an uncomfortable or bad energy, and they don't want to feel like that anymore. You know, even if it's not really due to something that you say, like maybe they don't get the response that they're hoping to get from you, you know, and because of that, it could put them in a bad mood. But you know, whatever you resonate with. They also feel like you are trying to defend yourself. They feel like you are trying to stand up for yourself more. And it feels like they are actually quite understanding of that and understanding of why you could feel like that or why you want to do that. But right now, they don't really have any plans or intentions towards you. For some of you, they do feel like they betrayed you, but that they had no choice. They feel like you both hurt each other. You know, they also feel like they've hit a dead end in their life. So they plan on focus on changing that, you know. They think that you will walk all over them as well if they let you, and they don't want that to happen either. And for some of you here, for a lot of you here actually, they also feel like you are sending them the evil eye, but they kind of feel like it's unwarranted. Like they could feel like you're mad at them, but they feel like you don't really have a right to be mad at them. They also feel that you would betray them, and they are just like extremely cautious of you. It feels like they kind of feel like you are maybe a bit bitter and a bit unhappy, like in general, you know, or maybe when you're around them, and they don't want either of you to feel like that anymore, especially if you guys are in a bad energy when you guys are around each other, you know. They could feel like you are the reason that things are dead between you both, but at the same time they do see this breakdown as a failure of their own. And another thing you need to know is that they may have already cut ties with you, all right? So we have plant, no, we have pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. So do you see how this card basically says, okay, if I pluck the weeds, if I remove the weeds from my life, then I will basically grow, I'll bloom, maybe my life will be more colorful and beautiful like flowers are, you know? And it feels like this person wants to remove you in their life from their life. You know, whether this is temporary, whether this is, you know, indefinitely, but they want to do that so that they can grow, you know? They may even feel like they need to take this time so that they can work on themselves, so that they can work on expressing themselves better towards you, maybe at some point in the future. We also have sensitive emotions, time of heightened emotions, and sensitivity called for extra self care. So, yeah, it does feel like this person is focusing on themselves and focusing on self care. They could be, again, you know, maybe in a really emotional, you know, state. They could be feeling, you know, really sensitive. You know, with these Five of Swords and Ten of Swords as well, like they could be going through a hard time, and they could want to keep to themselves so that they can focus on self care and bettering themselves or growing in some way. We also have celebrate life, make your life a celebration. Yeah, it feels like they just want to be happier. That was clarified by the Nine of Swords. So they could be going through a really hard time and they could want to work through that so that their life is more peaceful, so that their life is happier, you know? So we also have I'm working hard. So yeah, what you need to know about them is that they are working hard on themselves, or they have intentions of working hard on themselves. We have will you wait for me? So for some of you here, this person could expect for you to wait for them. So they could want to work through this energy now. I think that like a similar message came out earlier. Um, so they could want to remove themselves from, you know, a negative or, you know, a heavy situation, whether it's between you two or between, you know, someone else, but they do want to isolate themselves so that they can be in a better energy, maybe so that they can express themselves better. And they could want you to wait for them throughout this. So yeah, they could hope that when they do, you know, get in a better space, that there will be a chance at rekindling something from you, whether it's as friends or, you know, in a relationship. But for right now, they are completely focused on themselves. So whether or not you want to wait for them is, you know, on you, and it's your decision really. We also have I deserve better. So yeah, it feels like this person has recognized that they deserve better, they need to do better, they need to accept better, and that is what they plan on doing moving forward. We also have I want to go slow with you. So for some of you here, this person does think things were moving really slow between you both. Maybe they felt like, I don't know if it's in the way you both dealt with conflict or in regards to your relationship. Maybe it just wasn't progressing. So it's almost like they kind of want to take themselves out of the equation, work on themselves, and, you know, hope for the best in terms of the future. We have this connection will forever affect me. So yeah, they definitely feel like their relationship to you has left a mark on them. We also have affection. So another thing you need to know about them is that they want affection in their life. You know, they want people in their life who, you know, maybe love on them, who, you know, support them. Yeah, and that's what they want to focus on right now. They definitely want to focus on being happier or finding this happiness. But yeah, that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it can make sense and be helpful. But be good and be safe, right? Take care. Hey, welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the third group, the Herkimer Crystal Diamond, then this reading is for you. The person on your mind, what do you need to know about them? So we have the Eight of Cups upright, and we also have the Page of Swords reversed. So what you need to know about them is that they either regret walking away from you, or they regret allowing you, or creating the circumstances, right, for you to walk away from them. They regret giving up too soon. They regret how they treated you and how you treated them as well. What you need to know is that they want to move on from what happened in the past. Okay, need they still need to turn their back on certain things in their life. And it feels like this person really does want you back in their life as well, but they also feel like a part of them feels like it's too late, and a part of them feels like they still have work to do in their life, and kind of walking away from things that aren't the best for them. And they also feel like you've already moved on, and that is kind of pointless trying to rekindle things with you. They just feel like you aren't really open to it, and that you are doing big things for yourself. They feel like there is too much distance at this point between you two. They think that you are so emotionally strong. They feel like you're so resilient as well. They feel like they've done a lot of self reflection since leaving your life, which has allowed them to take accountability. They really miss you as well. But ultimately, they feel disappointed at the way things are between you both. They feel disappointed that they even allowed it to kind of get to this point as well. But at the same time, they also feel like things had to play out this way. For one reason, because you don't know what you have until it's gone. Because it maybe allowed them to see the situation from a different perspective. Maybe it also allowed them to change and take accountability. So they definitely feel like, even though it was unfortunate that you guys walked away from each other, they feel like it had to happen. So maybe lessons could be learned so that they could appreciate you more. But they do want to reach out to you, and it feels like even though they could feel like it's like a shot in the dark, they almost feel like they need to reach out to you. They feel like it feels like they are planning to reach out to you, even though they could feel a bit, unsure about how you would respond, or whether or not you would even respond. But they do hope it goes well. They feel skeptical at the same time. I mean, even if you decide to accept them reaching out, for some reason it may not go well. It feels like they won't be forthright. It will feel like this person is holding back, which could make you feel guarded. Um, they may be maybe pushy, impatient, which may rub you the wrong way. Like they could approach you like it feels maybe more so like an energy thing. If you even were to accept this person back into your life, it feels like the energy just may feel off to you, even though this person may have actually done some work on themselves. They may have good intentions, but I don't know, it just feels like you won't be so accepting of it straight away, or at all, really. So it just feels like you both may clash, really, and there is a big possibility of you both repeating past patterns. Even though they have worked on themselves, it may not be enough to make things work between you both at this moment, you know? Yeah, so it may not be enough to change your relationship with them for the better. And it feels like even if you guys did pursue this, you guys would just have to work really hard, or work really hard on putting egos aside, putting the past aside, if you guys wanted to make it work. And it also feels like their plans for you both are very short-sighted as well, maybe not really realistic. It just feels like they haven't really thought it through. It also feels like they have talked a lot about you, in both a negative and a positive way. It just feels like communication will be off between you both, and it may be difficult to get through to them, like in a way where they may not want to face or rehash problems and kind of act like nothing happened, you know? Okay, so we have transition, release attachments to what was, and prepare for what is to come. Yeah, so I feel like this person is, trying to put the past behind them, and they do want to make their way towards you, you know? And I don't know if this is going to make sense, but they may try to come like towards you as like a martyr in some way. Um, Maybe even kind of playing the victim a little bit. But they do want to move forward with you, but it just may not work out the way they wanted it to. Especially if you feel there's still things that you guys need to discuss, or maybe you're not interested at all. So we have unconventional. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. So yeah, they may. Another thing you need to know is that they may come towards you with this kind of unconventional energy, maybe unconventional ideas. So I don't know whether or not you need help, but in this person's eyes, they could look at you and think you need help, or you need support. Wait, hold on. And it feels like they kind of want to come towards you, kind of giving you these affirmations and stuff like that. Whether or not you need it. I don't know what that could mean for you, but yeah. We also have simple pleasures. Look for the beauty that is all around you. So another thing you need to know about them is that they have calmed down a bit. They could be more simple than they were in the past. They also think that you're beautiful, and they do want to enjoy your company. So we have, I'm so crazy about you. Is this even normal? So yeah, what you need to know about them is that they do feel a lot for you. They could actually feel crazy about you. They could be thinking about you a lot, and they could feel like it's not normal. So that could be one of the reasons why they feel like they have to do something about you. They have to reach out to you, even though the likelihood in their perspective is yeah, the likelihood of you kind of being accepting of them is like quite slim, you know? But because they have been thinking about you a lot, they do feel like they need to take, an opportunity with you if and when, um, yeah, if and when they are presented with one. Do you have more from that card? So for some of you, they may try to take this opportunity with you when it's like maybe when you know how like when you're up and then sometimes you could be down, like they could want to take the opportunity with you when you're down in that perspective, you know? They could feel like this way there will be like less resistance or less conflict. We also have healing. So that was clarified by the star. So they do feel like they have done, their work on themselves. They feel like they've healed. They could feel like they are in a better place now or a better person. But they also have this desire to heal the connection that they have with you or had with you, you know? We also have no excuses. They also don't plan on making excuses about what. This does feel like it's about something specific. I don't know what this could be about, the whole excuses thing. But it feels like you would know if that message is for you. You would know what the excuses would be referring to. But if you don't, then disregard that message. We also have I know. So another thing you need to know about this person is that they feel like they understand themselves better. They also feel like they understand you better. And because they feel like they have this understanding, they feel like that's also another reason why they feel like now is the time, or soon will be a time to reach out to you. It's like they want to show you how they've grown, or they want to show you what they've learned. We also have I miss you. So yeah, this person misses you, and that's another thing you need to know. Clarified by the moon, they think about you a lot, and they want to reach out to you for that reason, right? But that is all I have for this group. I do hope it can make sense, be helpful, but be good and be safe. All right, take care. Bye. Hey, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the fourth group, the pink tourmaline, then this reading is for you. The person on your mind, what is it you need to know about them? Right, so we have the Two of Swords, and we also have the High Priestess, both in reverse. All right, so I just want to say this quickly. Something you need to know about them is that you cannot trust this person with your secrets. So if you don't want other people knowing your business or whatever it may be, then you're kind of being advised not to tell this person anything super personal or anything that you don't want to be kind of like told to other people, you know? It's funny because I'm hearing like their mouth can't hold water. I don't even know if that's the saying, but like that's what's coming to my head. But yeah, what you need to know about them is that they do struggle to make up their mind. They are also struggling to make up their mind about you. It feels like they feel like they need clarity from you before they are able to make up their mind. Another thing you need to know is that they are very blunt, or it feels like they plan on being very blunt. It also feels like they will be indecisive about you for a long time, for quite a while. They will create a lot of delays intentionally because they can't make up their mind. And so you can stay connected to them. So it feels like they also want you to kind of stay connected to them whilst they make up their mind. And they that could be the reason why they want to create delays as well. It also feels like they're in denial about how they feel about you. They also won't be upfront with you about the truth so that you don't feel a certain way about them. So it does feel like they are trying to keep certain things from you. It feels like they will distract you as well, like telling you a bunch of half truths so that you don't see the whole picture, or so that you don't see them in a certain way. And it feels like if you were to see the whole picture in their perspective, they feel like you would have to cut your losses and you would keep it moving. It just feels like if you are expecting or wanting straight answers from this person, you won't get it anytime soon, or they kind of will talk around the truth. And it also feels like someone may out this person, which will make them run to you. Such a random message, but because they would run to you because they feel like you would be able to help them, or you would just help them, regardless of you, if you were able to or if you wanted to. They feel like you would help them. It feels like this person has been lying to someone else or a group of people, and it feels like they will need or want your support. It also feels like they are afraid to tell you what this truth is because they do fear your judgment. They do fear what you might say or what you might think of them, or how you may move forward with them or not move forward with them if you were to know the truth. So it feels like they could be dealing with certain conflicts that you aren't aware of, or maybe you are aware of it intuitively, or maybe you do know what is going on. But it feels like they don't really want you to know the depth of it. Like they don't want you to know the severity of the situations that they're currently dealing with. Another thing you need to know is that this person isn't emotionally available right now, and they will potentially bring conflict into your life. Another thing you need to know is that they aren't attached to you. And it feels like they have a lot of tough choices to make in their life and for themselves. And if they do, if it does come to a point where they are more certain towards you, or they make their way towards you, even if it isn't in a like a stable or sure way, it's because someone else has cut them off. So it's almost like, I don't want to say second option, but like that's what it feels like. They're running to you because someone else has, let them go, cut them off, wherever it may be. And because of this, if this situation does happen, they may go like OTT, like over the top, in showing you attention, giving you affection, whatever it may be, but it just doesn't really feel genuine. It feels like they're doing it because they feel like that's what you want, or that they feel like that's what it will take to keep you, even if their feelings aren't genuine or their feelings aren't 100% sure or 100% on you. It just feels like they are a bit of a mess. Like they could be all over the place right now, or at some point they will be. And they could be experiencing a breakdown as well, or just really heavy thoughts and feelings. And they expect you or want you to, fix it for them. And it feels like they are going to try go above and beyond so that you don't see the truth of something as well. It just feels like they're very blocked intuitively, mentally, and emotionally. It feels like they will try to give you what you need, but it's not coming from a genuine place, or it's just as like a means to an end, just so that they can get what they need or what they want. So we also have alien, except that you are an unrepeatable phenomenon. I don't know. It feels like this person, I don't know how to say this in like a nice way, but it feels like they think that you're slow, or they think that you won't catch on to something. Like they could feel like you're very different, and because you are very different, you won't see certain things that they are trying to do. So we have wellness, the recovery of health and wellness is here. So another thing you need to know about them is that they do need to focus on their health. They do need to, if second. So they could want you to help them with something, but it feels like this is something that they may need to figure out on their own. Like it could be something they need to work out on their own. So yeah, it does feel like they could have a lot of work to do on themselves, or a lot of healing that they need to do. We also have self creation, be the author of your own life. It's like this person, they need to take control of their life. So I feels like your higher powers, your guides, they want you to be aware of this so that you don't feel maybe responsible for this person, and kind of realize and recognize that they need to be the one to help themselves. So we have my family doesn't approve. So another thing you may need to know about them is that their family doesn't approve of you or approve of their connection to you. And this could also be a potential hurdle in the past that was clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Three of Seven of Swords, and also the Five of Cups. So it could be something that will potentially cause you a lot of unhappiness in the near future, potentially, depending on how you move forward with this person. We also have, are you ashamed of me? It feels like there are people in this person's life. It could be their family, actually, clarified by the King of Swords. it feels like actually there's a few different people in this person's life who are ashamed of this person. You know, they don't think highly of them right now. They could be really disappointed in them, and that could be something that you need to know as well. We also have, is it bad that I've never made love? So for some of you, another thing you need to know is that this sounds a bit harsh. I mean, it may not be like that 100%, but it feels like this person is either in a place right now where they aren't able to kind of give you the love you need, or they're kind of not able to be emotionally available, clarified by the Five of Swords. So it could be due to like certain things that they are experiencing right now. It just feels like they may not be coming from a place of love, even though it may seem like that. But obviously trust yourselves, you know. Um, so for some of you, they view you as the Page of Cups upright, and they also view you as the Eight of Swords. It feels like they could see you as someone who's shy, maybe someone who they can like kind of get their way with, you know? So that's another thing to be cautious of. Like, like for some of you, they do have intentions of maybe taking advantage of your sweetness, your kindness, you know? We also have self-love. So the message that's coming out with this card is that they could think highly of themselves, but it feels like their actions or their intentions may not match that. Okay. And finally, we have my mind is elsewhere. So yeah, this person is conflicted, they are distracted, and that's another thing you need to know about them. But that is all I have. I do hope it can make sense and be helpful, but I'm wishing you the best. Okay, be safe and be good. All right, take care.